Hi everyone, welcome to another session of Ginaja TV, in New Scope. My name is Olatunde MD, and my co-host is
Jane Rogers,
Hi
good to
Jane.
be here.
How? Yeah, same here. So how is the weather over there? So it looks as if you guys we have a bit of sunshine here today. So what's the weather like in Lagos?
The weather is pretty cool. There's no rain today.
Uh, you sure?
It's actually
Okay.
sunny, so it's a favorable weather.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, without much ado, just want us to get started straight away. We have a, shall I say, a famous the famous crime in Nigeria now, which is kidnapping. And the
Mm.
storyline is such a very very sad one. It's very disheartening. It's not the sort of thing that one should be looking at. It's not something that people were actually expecting to see. So the story actually goes that there are two sisters who who basically were arrested by the police for staging their own for actually staging their own this in itself. So they're kidnapping. So I mean, have you got anything on that at all?
Okay, so okay, permit me to read. This is from Guardian. Say
Okay,
FCT, yes. FCT police arrest two sisters, others for stage kidnapping.
okay,
Operatives of the Federal Capital Territory Police Command have arrested four individuals, including two sisters and their accomplice, for orchestrating a staged kidnapping to extort 5 million from their father. The dramatic revelation came after an investigation led by the Jikwe Police Division, which uncovered a betrayal within a local family. The details of the crime were revealed by the FCT police spokesperson, Josephine Ade, in a statement. According to the spokesman, the incident began on July 30th when one Mr. Innocent, a resident of Jukwa Phase 2, reported to the police that his 16-year-old daughter Leadway Innocent had gone missing since July 18 after leaving home to sit for an examination at Government Secondary School Karu, Abuja. Shortly after her disappearance, Innocent received a ransom demand from unknown caller, plunging the family into distress as they scrambled to raise the fund. Ade further revealed that the operatives of the divisional police officer (DPO) of the Jukwe division immediately launched a discreet investigation upon receiving the report. Through coordinated intelligence gathering and digital tracking, the phone number used to contact the complainant was traced to a resident in Jukwe
mm,
Phase 2. Operatives proceeded to the location where they found Miss Leadway Innocent in the company of one Mrs. Tina Mayowa, the wife of Mr. Mayowa Adedeji. Both individuals were seen eating and conversing freely, indicating no signs of distress. Ade added. The elder sister of the alleged victim, Joy Innocent, was arrested along her boyfriend, Mayowa Adedeji, after subsequent investigation. Police operatives eventually discovered that Leadway Innocent was not only aware of the plan but was an active participant. She willingly stayed with the suspect throughout her alleged abduction, while Joy remained at home and feigned ignorance, watching her parents anguish and emotional distress as they struggled to raise money for the supposed ransom, the spokesperson noted. Ade added that all four suspects involved in the case are in police custody and have voluntarily confessed to the crime. The four of them will be charged in court upon the conclusion of the investigation. So that's
Wow.
basically, yes,
you know, this sort of thing, you see, it will affect other people. There are times.
yeah,
So you see, sometimes, I mean, if you have had encounters with the police before, those who have had, usually you always find out that the police are always very skeptical initially. When they're carrying out. You know why? Because this sort of thing is a bit like somebody that's or like is a bit like somebody that screamed rape because maybe the boyfriend dumps her and now decide to, scream rape. Then when there is actually when there's an actual perpetration, okay, the same thing. The police will be thinking, oh, this is one of those things where they're trying to get back at, you know, their other half. So they're trying to get them into trouble, by sort of making these porous claims. So that in itself, I mean, just imagine, it's sheer wickedness. They know that their parents don't have this kind of money, and yet these ones, they are so callous, so despicable, where they actually went out to plan and tell their family that they've been what they've been kidnapped. What if, say, one of the parents maybe has a weak heart or something? That in itself could sort of create a sort of anguish that could lead to death. So what would they say? And they said when the police actually found it, they saw them conversing, probably conversing on how they're going to spend the money. So they didn't send. Yeah. So when you have the, even though we know that these things are really happening for real, we did say that sometimes the people themselves are the worst. They are their own worst enemy. So when claims are actually made and the police don't rise up to it, what will everyone says? Like, oh, they are not doing anything. Oh, they are not. But look, if you work in the security services and you see all this sort of thing, it affects your sense of judgment. No matter however professional you want to act, the first thing is to have a sense of suspicion until you actually you are able to come to a conclusion that this thing is actually real. These are the kind of thing that creates delays. That is what we're actually looking at here. So you can imagine maybe some other people have been arrested, where they could have been accused of sort of perpetrating the crime, and now find out that it was all fake, it was staged. So many stories, like boyfriend girlfriend, they will plan the whole thing together. uh, they will plan the whole thing, and when they ask that, why did you, if they now ask them, they will say they are planning to go to Canada, so they needed money. As if that's supposed to be a legitimate claim. So it's really sad. It's really sad. Anyway, well, moving swiftly on, we have another interesting one. Today's is going to be a brief one. Now we're actually back to the cancer that is actually the cancer that is creating major issue in Nigeria, which is the terrorism. So we have this story now about this guy, the I don't know whether we should call him the strong man of Zamfara State, Toji, and this man is said to have surrendered. I'm not sure. Can you see that on your side?
no, not at all.
Okay, all right. I'm just adding that to the storyline now. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. Now, imagine, imagine this sort of this guy has been known. Yesterday we actually spoke about the fact that there seems to be each time this man was about to be arrested, he seems to have some backers. At least on the face of it, that is what it actually seems like. Each time they try to arrest him, you'll find out that there seems to be some obstacle being placed in the part of the um, I would say the main security service, the community security that they have in place, who were about to arrest this guy. Something will happen and they won't get the support they actually need. Now, the story now, the story says, hang on, that in what appears to be A breakthrough in the ongoing effort to restore peace in Zamfara state. A notorious bandit leader, Bello Toji, has reportedly surrendered a cache of arms and released 32 kidnapped victims, following a series of peace dialogues with Islamic clerics. Forgive me for being for being very skeptical about this. I mean, look, I think sometimes these guys are being given a free pass. There is no actual deterrent. There's no actual deterrent to sort of discourage these people from actually doing all of this. Said speaking during a sermon of the clerics, it says Sheikh Musa Yusuf Asados Suna revealed that he and a group of Islamic scholars had engaged Torji and his associates in direct deep talk with the Fakai forest within the Fakai forest in Shinkafi local government area of the state. It was not an easy trip. We had to cross river without the canoe, travel the long distance deep inside the forest on bikes before we reached Toji Enclave, he said. According to Sheikh Yusuf, the meeting were held on three separate occasions in July and were facilitated at the request of the residents of Shinkafi, who have been under the siege of armed bandits for years. We met Belu Toji, Dan, Bakolo, Black, and Kanawa. Malam Ila, contrary to speculation, Dan Bakolo is alive and was present during the meeting, the cleric said. He noted that the dialogue was part of a grassroots-led peace initiative aimed at restoring stability in the region. The bandits reportedly agreed to key proposals during the talks, including the symbolic surrender of arms and release of hostages. In three phases, they surrendered some arms to demonstrate their commitment to the peace process. They also agreed to allow farmers from Shikafi access their farmlands across the river, leading to Toji enclaves. Sheikh Yusuf said he disclosed that 32 kidnapped victims, mostly women and children, were freed as part of the initial peace gesture. Some of the victims have spent over 4 months in captivity with reports of women giving birth in the bush, others suffering from ailments such as snakebite. Isn't that rich? So they are freeing them after they've, how would I put it, impregnated them and they've had babies. So it's very convenient to say we are now releasing them, isn't it? Videos of the released captives and the difficult terrain navigated by the clerics to reach Turkey camps were shown to worshippers by Sheikh Yusuf during his sermon in Kaduna Mosque. He said the peace accord also stipulated that Fulani residents be allowed to return to town without fear of being profiled or harmed by vigilantes. Like, seriously? These people have committed atrocious crimes already against the people. The extremity of the violence that they've displayed, I'm not too sure that any of them can show their face and somebody won't do something. Yeah, however, it might not seem right, but hey, that's just the reality on the ground. Since the dialogue, Shinkafi Axis has witnessed relative peace with no reported case of kidnapping or killings, and residents have resumed farming activity in previously inaccessible areas. However, the cleric was cautious about calling for a complete disarmament of Toji's group at this stage, citing fear of possible attacks from rival factions opposed to the peace process. We are engaging Toji gradually towards total peace. It would be unwise to ask him to surrender all his weapons now, as that will expose him to other armed groups who may not be part of the peace talk, he explained. So you have other division. So Sheikh Yusuf also advised fellow clerics to refrain from engaging in public verbal attack against Toji, warning that such action could derail the fragile peace process. He commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, National Security Advisor Ribadu, Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State, and Senator Shehu Bawa for backing non-kinetic approaches in tackling insecurity in the region. Reacting to the development, Dr. Sulaiman Shuabu, an indigene of Shinkafi, confirmed the release of the captives and expressed optimism about the peace process. It is true, Toja has released about 32 hostages and has shown willingness to surrender his arms. The people of Shinkafi are happy because the government has not done enough. There's jubilation everywhere in the town, he told Vanguard. While there has been no official statement from government authorities, a source familiar with the matter who spoke on condition of anonymity said the development could be part of a discrete peace effort between the people and the armed groups operating in the region. Zamfara State has been one of the epicenter of banditry in Nigeria, with thousands killed, kidnapped, and displaced over the years. The recent move by Toji, one of the most feared bandit leaders, could signal a turning point if sustained through broader engagement and government barking. Jane, you are from Northern Kaduna. You know, what do you think about this? I mean, you heard what these guys are saying.
Okay, Mr.
Personally,
T, yeah, like you rightly said, this gives other people, the notion that they can commit a crime and get away with it, right? And another concern I also have is that why do we always have this check connecting, you understand, or having links
mm,
with this bandit? So what is the connecting factor? What is actually connecting them together? Because over time we've been hearing how people will use Sheikh Abubakar Gumi, you
mm,
understand, to
yeah,
initiate the release of these kidnappers. So I think the government should look into it. Or do we say if we want to end banditry in Nigeria, we must use the clerics, the Islamic clerics, you understand, to
mm.
see, because it's sending a very wrong signal and it's a thing of concern.
Totally
So where
agree
is
with
that
you.
connection?
Mm.
Sorry?
I say I totally agree with you. You said it is,
Yeah, so how comes they are the ones connecting? How comes they
they,
are the ones initiating, you know, the peace and reconciliation, what do you call it, forum and engagement?
they should be.
So we must move through that direction.
Mm.
And probably for government to address this, they should sit these people down and, maybe seek for advice, or probably I don't know, giving them ultimatum or warnings that okay, they must within this period they must ensure that this banditry comes to an end. Otherwise,
Mm.
because but investigation must be carried on them. Why are they always connecting with these people? And then you can imagine the advice he's giving. So what gives him the confidence to feel like no, this guy should not be
They
disarmed?
so that means that these guys are the ones setting the tones for their own surrender. So they have to be. So they are being treated with kids' gloves. They are being treated.
Exactly.
They are being. Should I say, told to. They are being shown special treatment.
Mm.
So now, like you rightly said, this is actually showing signals to others that look, if you are a bandit or you're a kidnapper, I mean, look, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. There's no guarantees
Oh,
here. The perpetrator is determining the terms by which he will surrender. These are guys. I mean, you saw what we read yesterday. They packed. Of course, we are quite aware that you have other groups. What about the other groups? This is not a blanket thing. We still have orders. How do we differentiate whether it is Toju himself that is this Belu Toju or whatever his name is, that is actually planning all of this? They could have some other parts who they are in the know, who they say, okay, you pretend you're a different division. How do we know all of this? All I simply know is that as it is right now, it's totally wrong for these guys to. I mean, what we are saying to criminals, or to terrorist elements is that whatever they do, as long as they seem to have some element of should I say of control, they can definitely just come out and just say all sort of things. That they can come out and begin to lay claims to also all sort and manner of things. It's really sad. It's really sad. This is not it's not encouraging. We are rewarding violence. We are rewarding what with this sort of thing. Look, I'm not saying if they really want to engage, right? There has to be rules of engagement. You don't come as a terrorist. You don't come with your arms and begin to tell them, okay, fine, you will do this, and this is how you are going to do it. What sort of thing is that? Who does that? In as much as I know that yes, people desire peace, but should it be peace at any price? You know, Somebody is just asking this question that our
important.
ventures. He said, "What can we possibly do to end this kidnapping crisis in Nigeria? Is there any real solution to the gap going on in Nigeria?" The thing is, this is that we said yesterday that
Spoke about it yesterday, yes.
yes, the former head of the former strongman Abacha said that if there is any, if there's any sort of violence going on in the country and you actually have it happening well over 48 hours, he said no, that there is an internal thing that government is involved. I didn't say it. It's there online, so it's not a matter of, yeah, but it's true. So when we see things like this actually happening, then we see how they are being treated. In most cases, they will give them money. They will give them, their wife and children will come back. When we say their wives, they are not their true wives. Though these are the people kidnapped victims. They've impregnated with children by force. They will now come back. Oh, come on, please. I don't. This is just, it is unreal. Honestly, it's unreal. This is rewarding, you know, terrorism. This is just what it is. This is just what it is. Those who are, I'm all for peace, but when the peace is at, it's at the behest, or it favors those who are the perpetrators. What do you say to all those people who have been killed? And
True.
we're not talking of normal killing. This is despicable heart that even butchers themselves will not even kill the animal like that. Butchers don't machete their animals. They kill them
Well, I think
i-
there
i-
should be a very strong sanction, to serve as deterrent to
in
others
an
who.
inhumane way. These people execute people, men, women, and children, babies. And then we seem to be forgetting. We seem to be forgetting that and saying that. So it is peace at any cost. So it is peace like, okay, please. So you will have mercy on us. So you won't attack us again, Abby. So we can keep, with the other groups there. They are the bad ones. Like how? How did we even get into this? How do we even get into this? Is this right? Who will who will console those who have lost their lives? Oh, they were just unlucky. They are on the wrong side of destiny. Is that what it is? Is that what we're doing? Honestly,
So
if
in Okay, go ahead, sir.
no, if any terrorists, if they are watching this, they will be fully encouraged. They will know that, oh well, after they have done collected so much money, they will just come back and say, see, we are sorry, oh, but they keep their money. So what will happen to them? We'll reintegrate them. So they will call the clerics to talk to them and appeal to them. Ah,
That's
wow. Anyway, I rest my case. So that's all I actually want to say. I don't have anything else
So
I want to say.
in response to what Omo Johnson, I think he's still the same person that has this account, Val Ventures Limited, where he said, "What are the possible
It's a different
what
person.
can we
They are not the
possibly?"
same. There is a different person. So carry on. Yeah.
Okay, no, it's the same thing, sir. That was written. Yes, what can we possibly do to
Mhm.
end this kidnapping crisis in Nigeria? Is there any real solution to kidnapping going on? Okay, so for me, I kind of feel like it's actually a collective effort. You understand?
Mm.
There should be a very strong intelligent gathering. People should be sensitive, to their environment. If you see any suspicious movement, report such this thing. And again, like I mentioned yesterday, in most cases, these people send threat letters. What are the Kingsmen doing? Is it that they are conniving or they are working in hand with these bandits? Let's get to know.
Mm.
And then I also mentioned community policing. I don't know why it's difficult for government to approve we having our vigilantes, our, what do you call it, our local police, to safeguard us. So these are things that should be implemented, so that
Mm.
everybody and people should be sensitive. Recently I've been seeing people saying, yes, self-defense, because there are times that when something happen, if you can defend yourself, you'll be able to get away with certain things. That's like on a personal note. So please, and then like I said, we should also be sensitive and also disclose informations that we whenever we have them. And then we also have a porous borders. People come in anyhow. It's only in Nigeria you see people from Niger, people from this country, they'll come without passport and nothing happens to them.
I think
So
that
these are
happens.
the
I
that
don't
should be
say.
put in place.
I don't think that. Yes, it happens in the south. as well, but nothing in comparison to the north. The north is an open border. That one is a given, and everybody except we just want to be in self-denial, or we just want to have this delusional idea that, oh no, it's not. Yes, it is. I can tell you that. you know um Look, Mr. Latif said, until we address the root causes. It's true. The root causes: poverty,
You're
corruption,
right.
and all that. Yeah. So, in fact, the chief among them, I'll put it as corruption. No matter what you do, if you like, pump $1 trillion, 50, $500 trillion into the country, it won't work. It doesn't matter. It's not about the money, it's about the mindset. I've said this quite a long time. If we don't change our national psyche, it's going to be a problem. So anyway, well, that's it anyway from me. So I don't know. So what? Any last word from you?
Okay, like I said, let's just be sensitive to our environment. And for those ladies that stage their kidnapping, honesty is very key,
Mm.
because I don't think they have an idea of the consequences of their action.
Ah,
Because
they have.
yes,
Look, people know. I told you that in Nigeria, people take pride in doing the wrong thing because very simple things. Take for instance, you go to a place, everybody's on a queue, then somebody comes in and they said, hey, the big man, the big woman. They would deliberately break that protocol and said, okay, just come to the front. You understand? Look, I can rightly show you that I've been given that same. It's not a privilege. I've been given that same thing, and quite frankly, I was really embarrassed. Honestly, I was really embarrassed because I'm thinking. So, look, if we don't follow the rules, so what we have done in effect is that we have a twin track application of the law. So that means that for some people they can break the law. It is no, they say, now Ghana, now Ghana. Then the other one say, oh, now those are the normal people. Who says? Who has said that? Who knows their destiny? The people who have been in leadership in this country, funny enough, they've come from all the way from. Everybody comes from a grassroots. Everybody comes from somewhere, from poverty. That is how life is. Then you become great. It's not about, you were born in this rich family, then that gives you the right to rule over others. No, we work very hard for it. There is pride in that. But we take pride in shortcutting, like other one. There's nothing wrong in having connections. But when it is used positively, it's good. But mostly we use it negatively. You see people standing there, trying to get a service. Then instead they will shortchange that by saying, yeah, just come to the front. And everybody is treated as if they are nobody. I don't want to say go abroad because abroad self has its own issue. Some of those people you see the prime minister say riding bicycle to work. That doesn't make them great people. I've come to realize that you can have somebody riding a scooter self, and it can be the worst of demon. As a leader, can be so. That doesn't guarantee anything. What we're just saying is that we should follow the rules. That nobody should be above the law. That we're all equal before the law. Can we do that? Until we're able to do that, until we see corruption as COVID, we're not going to get anywhere. Corruption is everywhere. It has entered every nook and corner. Corruption has entered every nook and corner. Hmm. It's somebody is saying that, please, oh, G Niger, what meaningful steps are we to end the? Well, follow the rules. Follow the rules. Eliminate what? Don't give bribe and don't take bribe. Can we do that? When people are desperate, they will give bribes to say, Oga, if we all do the right thing, there won't be any need. Do you understand? There won't be any need to bribe anybody. Yeah, it's when you don't do the right thing that you are the. So you say, even if the police officer does not ask for anything, say, Oga, make I give you something for Christmas now. Christmas in April. I mean Christmas in August. So we ourselves, we are all guilty of this, because at one point or the other, people actually do this. When we shortchange and we don't follow the process, this is what happened. Every nook and corner, you actually have it. Every nation on earth is susceptible to this. But it's only when there's checks and balance across board that they say, ah, in America, Shebi, so what happened? That's how we knew that Mighty America too is not exclusive. They are not above. Are they angels? No, they are not. But when their law is strong, when there's checks and balance that is strong, then it will. But in Nigeria, the law is strong against the masses. It's strong against them. I'm not saying that politicians who have been found to err have not been taken into account. They have, but mostly it has been selective. So if you join the right party, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You are one of us. Like one cartoon I saw in Nigeria some time ago, where the guy, he was being arrested by the guy was arrested by EFCC. So after he now joined the main ruling party, they now said, why have you been wasting time all this while now? You could have joined us since. So that's just what it is. So you see that we have main issue there, until we have somebody that is ready to enforce the law. We have to have a clean slate. If we don't have that person that's ready, look, if people are compromised, okay, the president right now, we're already talking of 2027 election. We're in 2025. We've not even finished with the first term. Everybody is saying, I asked they are saying that they endorse. So those people will stand for some political offices. How do you think those people will, how do you think they will actually will do if they get into office? Those particular people saying all these things. They don't care about what happened. They don't care. They just want to get in. And when people are that desperate to get in, they are not there to serve. They are there for their own interest, not the interest of the people. I'm happy that there are some food prices and some of the things are, I don't know, but I think G Nigeria has to actually go to the marketplace, because I've heard claims that they said the price of rice, bag of rice has come down. Is that true?
I wouldn't know. So
You wouldn't know. Well, okay. G Nigeria is going to the market there, so we're going to do our big mic, and we're going to head to the market
I'll
sometime
find
this week.
out. Yeah.
We want to go and find out. Because somebody
Yeah.
will say, oh, the price of a bag of guys say 55. I say 55K. Are you kidding? Said yes. So what happened to all the 90K, 100,000, 120K? Said no. Okay, let's find out. We don't want to do speculations. Okay, we don't want to do speculations. Let's see actions. It's not about political speeches. Anyway, well, from me anyway, so I don't have anything else to say other than that. Everybody's looking for what are the things there. You know. Lastly, let me just read out this last one. Somebody said, all team in the world. I don't know who that is. He said, engage local vigilante groups in collaboration with formal law enforcement. Empower communities to support suspicious. Yeah,
I
that
totally
is.
agree.
Yeah, I totally agree as well. Local grassroots support is important. Everybody, there should be campaign awareness to actually make sure that these things are in place. It's brilliant. It's
Mm.
good. We should be able to have that. But if we subvert that, you know, because I've seen people complain that when they arrest those people, next day you see those people walking the streets with impunity that their godfather has released them. They even go to where they committed the crime to show them that let's show them. So what are we doing? Who are we fooling? So until we're actually serious, ready to do what it takes, and as like somebody said, a country where people like to enjoy, they will not be ready. Nobody is ready to die. In Nigeria, I always had that in Lagos. They will say, who wants to die? So if you are bold enough now, audacious enough to actually come out, carry a gun and threaten people, everybody will run away. So until you have another crazy person come along with a bigger gun. So where does that end? So that's it anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much. We're so happy that we have quite a few people here today. And Jane, thanks for actually joining up as well. So,
Thank
we'll be looking up to see you again tomorrow. And hopefully, we might have to start a bit earlier. I think one of the things we're going to do is to actually put our flyers out there, and what we're
you.
going to talk about. So, I think we're looking to bring in some, we'll be bringing in some, like specialists. We said it yesterday, security specialists or ex members of committees who have been involved in this, so they'll be able to tell us exactly what is going on. So we are looking to that, and then we'll be able to hear from them direct. So from me, G Niger TV on the news scope. Thank you. God bless, and see you guys again tomorrow. Okay, and Jane.
All right, thank you so much. It's nice being on the program. Look forward to seeing you. Have a wonderful night rest. God bless you.
God bless. Good night.